Good morning, YouTube. This is Bonnie from Dragon Soap. Let's cut that Rosy Cheeks soap, shall we? It's Monday morning before work. I'm in my baggy old sweatshirt that I wear around the house till I get ready for work. Oh, you know, I should have cleaned up some of this mess. I took out the stuff I put in here last night and made a soap patty out of it and scrapings from the inside of the crock pots. A lot of people make soap balls, but you know, when it's perfectly round and you're in the shower doing this with your soap trying to work up a lather, I can never get traction on the round soap, so I like to make patties because you can, you know, you can twirl it better, or whatever the verb should be for doing that in the shower. Okay, so first, let's unmold our silicone molds. Just see, there's probably big air pockets in the bottom. Well, that's not too bad. Boy, there's a lot of glitter on that, isn't there? And these definitely need to be cleaned up. There, I got some of the worst of it off. Out they pop. Love these silicone molds. The detail isn't there. I didn't expect it to be. These mushroom cottages may look better because they don't have all the detail that the thatched roof cottages do. These poor little rose hearts are not gonna, the roses aren't gonna show up hardly at all, I'll bet. No, better than I expected. There we go. This is the last of the thatched cottages. I have 3 thatched cottages, 3 Christmas cottages. Boy, that's still a little sticky. All that stuff I added at the end, they'll dry off. The surface will dry off. I have 3 of the rose heart molds, 3 of the thatched cottages, and 3 of the Christmas cottages. But I only have 2 of the mushroom cottages. Not sure why I did that. And I have some molds I haven't used yet. Little strawberry molds for embeds. Well, as you can see, there isn't as much detail as there normally is on these. But that's okay. We knew there wouldn't be. The hot process is so thick when you put it into the mold. And I've read that using a little bit of sodium lactate makes the soap bars harder. And it's supposed to make hot process more liquid when you pour it into the mold, so you get better detail. And you don't get all the air pockets that you do normally. But I've read that it's a little bit of a sensitizer for some people, so I didn't want to use it on a soap for someone that has problem skin. Okay. Oh, let's unmold this before we get carried away with the cutter. Ooh, that is still sticky. It's not warm, it's just sticky. I'm sure that will dry, but I'm going to cut it anyway because it's going to be sticky in the middle if it's sticky on the edges, and that's not going to dry until I cut it. So we'll get to cutting. As you can see, I still have not replaced my cutter with a deeper one. Just haven't been to the kitchen store. Well, there's the soap. The little white pieces are chunks that dried a little bit on the surface before, or more than the rest of it did, while the rest of it was still stained. Moist and warm and melted. I like the pink layer in the middle. That turned out as I had hoped. Boy, this is really soft on the outside. Here's, I don't know, I like the funky, it's not, you know, there's no straight line, it's choo 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 choo, which I like. I kind of like the streaky from the hot process. I think that's different densities of soap, or something. You can get that with rebatched soap too, but I've had actually better luck with rebatched soap the last couple times I've tried it. Over, don't I? They're a little bit translucent. I actually like soap that's just slightly translucent. One of the reasons I like gelling my soap when I make cold process. And for any non-soapers who may be watching, gelling is a process that can happen. Saponification is the chemical process that happens when lye and oils mix together to make soap. It's an exothermic reaction, which means it generates heat. And when you pour the soap into a mold like my wooden molds here, or any other mold that will sort of insulate it, or a mold that won't insulate it, but you wrap towels around it or something to keep it warm, to keep some of that heat in that's generated. it goes through a process called gelling, which is kind of like melting a little bit. And it helps the saponification happen faster. And the colors sort of deepen a little bit when you do that. If you have a soap that's gelled just in the middle but not on the outside, you can usually tell because the center is a little bit deeper color than the outside. When you're doing textured tops, though, it can be a problem because sometimes the texturing sort of sinks into the soap as the soap in the bottom becomes more, well, gel-like. Okay, now I thought this time instead of just calling it quits here, I would show you how I trim those. Potato peeler. And I just sort of go around the edges a little bit. Sometimes a little across the top. It just bevels the edges a little bit. I think it makes it easier for the soap, to use the soap when you're, you know, in the shower doing this with your hands. There isn't the sharp edge. You can buy bevelers. They're sort of like this, but they have a little blade along here, and you can, or they're made so that there are two pieces of wood coming down with a blade in the center, and you just run your bars of soap, or I don't know, maybe your whole loaf of soap. No, your bars of soap across that. But I don't have one of those. I still use a vegetable peeler. It works just fine. Just rounds those edges a little bit. Well, this is really soft. It's going to have to dry probably a couple of days. I don't know if hot process is normally this soft. I will have to ask. I've been watching Kim's videos. Kim at Essential Soap does hot process. She has several batches going at a time. I don't know how she keeps it all straight. She has a whole counter full of, gosh, she's 6-8 crock pots going at once. Sometimes she does a rebatch. That's how I got the courage to do rebatch again after many years, and it turned out well. I was really pleased. So she gave me the courage to do hot process again. I will put the link to her YouTube channel in the description for this video, so you can go check out her videos. Kim's a lot of fun to watch. She's Alabama, I think. Louisiana, Alabama, someplace like that. So she's got that cute southern accent. You know how she is. And she's just as friendly as can be. Sometimes she has her dad on her videos. Her dad's just a great guy. She makes awesome soap too. I got a bar of her soap. And it was very, very nice. She was using all essential oils at the time. Now she's branching out into some fragrance oils. Lathered very, very well. This soap will not lather as well as most of the soaps I do because I reduced the percentage of the palm kernel oil. Palm kernel oil or coconut oil can be used interchangeably. They're the ones that create the lather, most of the lather. But that's hot processed soap. And we are done. I'm calling it Rosy Cheeks. And it's still very, very, very faint rose scent. So that turned out well. And of course the little rose. And this caddy I think is what I'm taking in the shower today. So, thanks for watching. Please leave a comment. Click like if you like the video. And we'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye!